Welcome everyone to Politically High Tech with your host, Elias. I have a woman here. We're going to tackle something at the more spiritual area again. Yes, I know some of you can't stand it, but I got a newsflash for you. I don't care. You want to know why I don't care? Because we don't talk about this enough. We don't. Yeah, we talk about the medical, the psychological, the emotional, the physical aspects of health. That's great. But that's like an incomplete puzzle. We got almost all the pieces, but we're missing that one that completes the whole puzzle, that makes a world of difference. And that is spirit. You don't talk about the spirit enough. I think, it's great we do drugs and all of that, but to me, those are temporary emergency solutions. They shouldn't be long-term solutions, and this is why we get more illnesses. That's just my opinion. That's my nuanced opinion of it. They all got their purpose. However, if we get addicted to legal drugs or drugs supposed to help us, it's an addiction, and it could kill us. But here we're going to talk about more spirit energy, and this is not the first time I've talked about it. This one here is going to teach you how to optimize it. Okay, keep it at a very high level. Okay, and guess what? You don't need to be a spring chicken to have high energy. Okay, meaning you don't have to be 25 or 10-year-olds to just jump and bounce all over the place. You could be at a quote-unquote advanced age. It's how you take care of yourself. This is why there's a difference between an active 30-year-old and an unhealthy 30-year-old. There's those choices that we keep making, these good or bad habits that has eventually shaped us. And, I think I'm feeling some of the consequences, and so I'm just trying to mitigate it right now. Eating junk food, not exercising enough. That kind of thing. Look, I call my out. I'm lazy. I'm a chunky person, okay? But enough of me talking. Let's introduce the guest here, okay? He is going to make you or revive your Energizer bunny within. Okay, keep going and going and going. You could be 50, you could be 100, you could be freaking 200 years old. You somehow go get the energy because it's coming from the spirit. So let's welcome Adrianne Simmons. What do you want our listeners and audience to know about you?
Thank you, Elias, for inviting me as a guest speaker on your show. I do appreciate that, and I thank you for that. What do I want your audience to know? I really would love for your audience to know that I am an advocate. I am a champion. I am a steward. I'm a motivator. And I'm an inspiration for anybody that wants to live their life with vitality. And the reason why I can speak to it with such authenticity is because I was born with boundless energy. Right up until my late 40s. They used to call me the Energizer Bunny, as you mentioned. I was on the go all the time. I don't know where my energy came from, but I just had enough energy, and I did what I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do, for as long as I wanted to do it. And it didn't matter the lifestyle choices I made. I just had enough energy. And then when I crossed over my 50-year line, I lost my energy. I know now it was because of the lifestyle choices that I continued to make in my 50s as I had made in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, and not realizing that our biology changes as we get older, and as a result, we have to change our lifestyle choices to match our biology changes as well, too. And as a result, I have made my life's purpose educating and coaching and informing anybody that wants to live a more fulfilling life, a life with purpose, a life that's active, a life that's vibrant, a life that's energetic, a life that's full of excitement. If they want to live such a life, I'm here to let them know you can, no matter what your age may be. And that's who Adrianne is. And that's what I wanted to share with your audience this afternoon.
Do you catch that vitality? Most people have introduced, let's just be honest, some were dry. Even at times I was dry and tired. That vitality, she introduced herself with such passion, such life, such vigor. But not aggressive either. Let's be mindful of that. Because I'm going to use you for examples. I'm a liar, I'm a host of politically high tech. Well, that angry energy. There was none of that. There was passion. There was definitely authenticity. You didn't even need to mention. I would be able to recognize that just fine. You know, I'm going to be brutally honest, and this is going to be me taking a jab for everyone. Not everyone. Most people that uses authenticity. I think it's overused. A lot of people that crave authenticity, when they get it, they hate it. I said, listen, I love my Gen Z. Polls say you want authenticity. Once you get it, you get defensive. You even get antagonistic. I said, hey, listen, the data says you want authenticity, yet you're going against it. You don't want authenticity. So I start calling them out. The poll's not lying. The people who are answering are lying. And listen, this could go off the tangent a little bit. My point is, when you're going to claim that you want or be authentic, you need to walk it, you need to practice it. I'll just say it and then move on to the next talking point and then be fake, phony, two-faced, be self-contradicting. You know, people who pay attention, who are alert, who have high energy, obviously, they'll detect that instantly. It's like smelling dung from a mile away. They don't want to detect it, but it's so obvious and strong, they recognize it. So you've been warned. Agent, real authenticity. You social media people, you news people, don't use authenticity. Yeah, I don't have it. Most of you don't have it. And I could say that. Me, at times, I'm not even authentic. Just being honest, not all the time. I try to be, I strive to be, but that's something I'm working on. Because I used to be proudly authentic as a young man. It was like, when I mean ABC, I mean ABC. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I have to say that because a lot of people use authenticity, and a lot of people don't live authentically. Okay? And let's just use a priest, for example, right? A priest preaches the word of God, but the news you hear, they doing such sinful things, affairs, having inappropriate relations. I'm just going to end it right there just to keep it clean, but you get the idea. Okay? And then the church institution covers it up. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Why churches have lost influence too? Because they're not authentic. And they're even outdated in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. Not the core messages, but just how they preach and all that. They make it seem like it's still BC. No, you got to convert it into the modern language. That's how you're going to get the younger people in. And if you have to add creative slang, you got to be creative about it. You got to refresh it. You know, rather believe in God or not, or spirituality, whatever the heck it is, it never gets outdated. It's the message. It's the institutions that get outdated. But let me stop yammering. Let's be authentic. Let me be authentic and really focus on the topic about spiritual energy. And it connects to so much. It connects to the emotion aspect, the psychological, physical, all of that. It's interconnected. It's not just a separate box. It should be the top thing that overarches everything. But no, we got it buried, even thrown away. Quite silly. But I think people are waking up on that, and thank God there's more people like you speaking up on this, because I can't be alone. That also I'm going to be considered a crazy person. It's just fine. And people call me crazy enough times. It'd be an uphill battle. So, what are some? Actually, let's introduce the energy edge. Unlock the energy potential. Let's start from there. What is that all
about? Mm-hmm. I created the Energy Edge, Unlock Your Body's Energy Potential coaching program as a result of my own lived experience of lost and found. And I prefaced it when I first introduced myself, but I will continue so I can kind of tie in how I came about creating this particular program. So as I crossed over my 50-year line, because I was making the same lifestyle choices, and back then my lifestyle choices looked like I worked all day. I would go out after work, and sometimes I would come home. Now, I forgot to mention that my daughter and I were always a duo. It was always her and I. I was a single mother from the time she turned 3. So when I turned 50, she now went away to university. I've always had her in my life. So I've always had a reason to come home. Even as she was moving into her teens, I always came home because I felt and I knew that I had a responsibility. She's now gone away to university. I'm in my 50s. I'm coming home to an empty home. After a while, I realized I felt like a lion in the cage. I didn't know what to do with myself. And so what I started doing is I started not coming home just to avoid not coming home to an empty home. Fast forward, it morphed into going to work, going out for dinner after that, then maybe going to a club after that. Then I was introduced to after hours. I had no idea what they were, but I learned after a while that you could keep on going throughout the whole night if you wanted to find something to do to keep yourself busy. And with that environment came a lot of alcohol and a lot of party drugs. So my life became working all day, going out at night, going out into the wee hours of the morning, and indulging everything that my body did not need. And the icing on the cake, a lot of processed food. Because at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not looking for a salad. I'm looking for the quickest drive-through. What I'm trying to say, Elias, is because of that, my energy levels plummeted. I never realized, because I was not fueling my body with what my body needed, but instead I was ingesting what I wanted. Slowly but surely, I was depleting my body's capacity to generate the energy that we need every day to move through our lives. So I like to tell people on a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 being boundless energy, at my worst, I was lucky if I was a 2 or 3 at my energy levels. I dragged myself throughout my day, fatigued. I learned what coffee could do to you. So then I became a coffee junkie because it gave me that jolt, especially when I was at work, especially if I had been out all night and then going to work that same morning. Coffee became my friend. So I was just kind of surviving on coffee. But again, over a period of time, it took a bad toll on my body, and my life just kind of spiraled downward. It's only when I went in for a medical checkup, I was maybe 55 at that point. My doctor had known me for years, so he knew the vibrant Adrianne. And at that particular checkup, when I walked in, he just said, "My God, Adrianne, what the hell happened to you? You look like you've gained weight. You have dark circles under your eyes, and you have no energy at all. Your whole appearance is just tired looking." Now, I got to be honest, though. Remember, you and I went through the same things growing up. You hear your parents talking in the background. He's 50 years old. He should be slowing down. She's in her 60s. She should be feeling aches and pains. He's in his 60s. He should be balding and experiencing an increase in gray hair. So I said, Doc, why are you getting on my case? I'm 55. I should be gaining weight. This is the messages that I heard growing up. He goes, not at all. Not at all. It has everything to do with the lifestyle choices one chooses to make. Fast forward a couple of months later, it was January, and that particular January, Elias, it was bitterly cold. I live in Canada. It was bitterly cold. It was minus 30 degrees. And I was a smoker. I never smoked in my home, but I would smoke. I have a garage attached to my home. So 10 minutes, that's how cold it was. It took me 10 minutes just to layer up, just to go and sit in my garage. I'm sitting there smoking my cigarette in one hand, got a joint in the other hand, and I broke down. I broke down. And I remember, and I will never forget, I remember saying, you know what, God, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I have dug myself into a hole so deep. I am so tired. I am so disgusted with the life that I have created for myself. There's no way when my daughter comes home in a couple of months, I could ever allow her to see me in that condition. But I don't know how to get off of this hell. For me, I called it like a wheel of hell because it was a circle. Monday, I would get up and say, you know what, it's Monday. I'm going to start fresh. Not at all. You know, I'm going to eat proper, bam, bam, bam. By Thursday and Friday, that itch is there. It's like, you know what, I'm bored. It's Thursday. It's Friday. You know what? I'm just going to go out for a few hours. And then a few hours, long story short, obviously turns into after hours, turns into 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm hyped up at that point. And I'm just kind of, long story short, still say that divine intervention. A few weeks later, I just started noticing just some changes in how I was thinking. Like, you know what? I don't feel like going out. I want to go home. I want to go home and I want to spend the time instead maybe researching some of the changes to a woman's body as she goes into her 50s and 60s. I was more interested in learning, okay, what's actually going on in my body? Why am I feeling so fatigued? I didn't still connect. It was because of my lifestyle choices. I hadn't made that connection until I did all the research. Long story short, as I continued with my research, I started to learn and realize it has everything to do with your nutrition. It has everything to do with physical movement. It has everything to do with emotional management. It has everything to do with what you're thinking. It has everything to do with your connection to nature. It has everything to do with your spiritual connection to other living organisms. I learned and I educated myself over a 12-month period on what I needed to do to clean up my life. Because for me, I just wanted my energy back. Because I realized there was so much I was not doing because I was just damn tired all the time because my body was not able to generate the energy that I needed because I wasn't fueling her with what she needed. Long story short, over the year, as I am building up my energy levels, people are starting to notice. Adrianne, you just seem to be a little bit more energetic. Like, what's going on? What are you doing? Adrianne, you just seem to have more energy. Fast forward to, by the end of that year, my energy levels, again, with 10 being superwoman, I was consistently up to an 8 or 9, some days even a 10 out of 10. And that's when people really started saying, you know what? Oh, I love your energy. I love your energy. Oh my God, I wish I had your energy. If I had your energy, you know how much more I could get done every day? Can I touch you? If I touch you, can I get some of your energy? Elias, as that continued to happen, that light bulb comes on. It's like, you know what? Energy seems to be a commodity for people who don't have it. Adrianne, you have a lot of energy. You figured out how to rebuild your energy from a fatigue stage of 2 to 3 out of 10. Why don't you help others rebuild their energy? And that's when I decided to create the Energy Edge, unlock your body's energy potential. Because I was, and I still am, a health and wellness coach, but I did not have a focus on energy in particular until that light bulb came on. And it's like, I'm still in the health and wellness realm, but my focus is people living with fatigue who are ready to kick their fatigue out the door. I can teach you how to rebuild your energy and finally kick your fatigue out the door. And that's how I came about with the Energy Edge.
Audience, watchers, listeners, whoever the heck you are, you know who you are, depending what medium you use. This is an authentic story, and I can tell you why. It includes triumph. It even includes a mild level of embarrassment. That's an authentic story. She didn't have to share about the club and the drugs and the alcohol, but she did it anyways as a lesson to help others. And I could relate too, well, to some extent, even though I'm kind of more of a bear and a couch potato. If I don't need to move, I am not going to move. I'm like just happy. But this is the weird thing, and I'm going to just confess here. My lowest level of energy would actually, I suffered chronic fatigue when I was a teenager. Okay? From 14 through 18 years old. Because, Adrian, I was so into junk food. I just want to eat whatever is convenient, whatever is quick. That's why people consume these things. We know it's bad, but it's just so convenient. Convenience is such a bait. It's such a drug. It's such a trap because it's just easy to get. And now we got all this, especially with the Uber Eats, DoorDash. I've used them. Okay. This is counter to Energy Edge. And the worst part is you're hurting yourself and eventually the loved ones. Okay. And I could relate to some extent. I mean, I did my club and all of that, but I just stopped doing it because to me, the risk was much greater than the entertainment and the reward. I'm a logical person. I use mostly logic. Because the agents use the energizer bunny. Me, I'm kind of more of a strategic couch potato. If I don't need to move, if I don't need to do it, I'm not going to do it. That's just who I am. But look at the consequences of me. Even though I've lost some weight, but I'm still a work in progress. Because now the strategic move is instead of being such a lazy, ASS, it'll be the wise thing for me to start moving. So if I could steal some of that Adrian energy, because I'm just strategic and I don't feel like exercising half the time. I'm just being brutally honest, okay? Well, I want you to take a lesson for it. Besides the comedy and all that, it's great you pick that up. Or call it corny. I don't really care. It's going to hurt you if you choose to ignore it. So that's why I know I've been through there. I'm definitely exercising more often. I definitely enjoy moving around. And people have said, wow, you're in your 30s? This is when you're supposed to slow down and stuff? And to your point, which I want to emphasize, we normalize and rationalize the breakdown as you get older. And that's so true. And sadly, that's even more prevalent today. Even more prevalent. I said, well, my mom, she's more of an energizer bunny in a sense. But, she's not at her peak as she used to be, but she still moves. But sometimes she even rationalizes, I'm old, all that. Just bring that point. We rationalize the breakdown. That's not good. That's not good. We got to catch ourselves. Mm-hmm. And when I told my friend who's either a year younger than me, I'm old, I said, I don't want to hear it. Shut up, because I know when you allow things to come in, this is a spiritual part, when you absorb it in, whether you realize it or not, awareness is key. If you have no awareness, none, oh man, you're being dominated in so many ways. And also consuming television, social media, whatever entertainment you have. You watch violence, multiple affairs, trying to keep it clean. That's the difference between new Eli and old Eli. If you want me cursing and all that, you go to the older episodes where I really didn't care because I just thought being raw, controversial was the only way I could be effective. But I realized I could be a little more effective to just change how I approach the message, but keep the core intact. Okay, there's more than one ways to do a message. I don't have to be controversial or shocking and just say crazy stuff just to get your attention. Okay, even though I like to do it sometimes, don't get me wrong. I still get that urge from time to time. But compared to old and new now, and I'm going to be quick, I want to hear Adrianne speak, and especially on how to optimize the energy. Some of them are very obvious. I bet someone's going to generate a light bulb that you didn't know you have. Okay? So, me, I'm a work in progress. And to be honest, I do look better than I was in my 20s. 20s, I was more tired out, definitely chunkier. My skin was glowing. No, my skin would look like it was like a desert. Dry, cracks, all of that. Some people say I was 40. I wanted to punch that person in the face. But there was sadly truth to it. Instead of being offended, wanted to punch that person. I look in the mirror and said, yeah, I'm not looking so good.
Mm-hmm.
Truth hurts, but it can set you free. I mean, you can live with lies all you want. It's up to you at the end of the day. But I prefer you take the right path. So, we cannot rationalize breaking down as we get older. Yeah, it happens. But we could slow it so much that we probably won't realize it until maybe in our late 80s, 90s, heck, maybe 100. And let's be extra ambitious with medicine and all that. Let's go 120. Just 120. There's people alive in their hundreds. They can still walk, they can see, sharp minds and all that. So it's possible. Possible, but we need to change our habits. Our habits will lead us there. And make it natural. Eat better food. Does it cost more money, especially in America? I don't know about Canada on that one, but in America, all it costs is money to be healthy. But you know what? It's worth it. Get more energy, more clarity. You get more things done. And guess what? Going to a hospital is a lot more expensive. Much more expensive. Exponentially more expensive. Okay? So pick your hard. The discipline hard or the regretful hard. At the end of the day. Discipline versus regret. What kind of hard you want? They're both hard. But one's more beneficial than the other. Okay, let me shut up. I want people to hear you more, Adrianne. So, what are some tips people can do just to pick up their energy for being chronic fatigue? Because we all know it's a lot more prevalent than before, especially with the pandemic. I think pandemic's at its peak. We're slowly getting better, but I don't trust them, especially Americans. We're very unhealthy, so especially Americans need to hear this message. Mm-hmm. What can we do just to start regaining at least some energy back?
Yeah. You alluded to it a few times. We all know, because we've been hearing it from the time that we were in kindergarten. It's what you're eating, it's your exercising. You're hearing more and more about the effects of sleep. We're hearing more and more about stress management. But I like to take it a step further. There's a reason why we know something, like you said, we know it, but we still choose to make lifestyle choices that are counterintuitive to us living a better quality of life. So I start off with anybody that I'm interacting with. Why do you want more energy? As soon as they start with, I wish I had more energy. Oh, I wish I had your energy. Oh, can I meet with you? Can we have a consultation? Can you touch me? Fantastic. Thank you. So let me ask you something. Why do you want more energy? You have to know why you want more energy. If you had more energy, what would you do with it? What would your day look like tomorrow if you all of a sudden woke up and you had my levels of energy versus what your day looked like yesterday. So until you can, within yourself, say, yeah, this is why, and this is what my life would look like. It doesn't matter that you know that I should eat better, I should exercise, but you know what? It's convenient. Let me just kind of call it Uber Eats, because I've just come home. I've been in traffic for an hour and a half. I've worked all day. I'm tired. Do I stand up now and peel the tomatoes and cut up the celery and bam, bam, bam? Because I know that I really should be eating a salad. Or you know what? A couple of seconds, Uber Eats. I don't even have to speak to anybody. Let me just kind of text it. So it really boils down to, do you really want more energy? And until you know why you want more energy, then don't even bother. Don't even bother. But I'm going to continue for the individuals that say, you know what? I know I need to show up more alert at work. I know I have not been showing up for my team at work. And I feel that, you know what? But I'm tired. But I can't continue in this manner. You know what? I'm ready for that promotion. I'm ready for that position. But you know what? just the thought of I got to pull my resume out and I got to redo it again. And maybe I might have to get another certification. I'm tired. Maybe next week. You know what? My parents are getting older and they're counting on me. But I'm tired, but I know I have to drive over to their place and I know they're going to need this, but I know they need me. I wish I had more energy to be there for my parents. My partner, he keeps on saying, you know, honey, come on, let's go out for a walk. Or I want to take you on a date night. Or let's do this. I know, but honey, yeah, I'm just tired today. I'm just tired today. I just had a hard day at work. And that's the same thing you tell your partner week after week after week. So your partner's not asking you anymore. I wish I had more energy because I know my partner wants to develop a better relationship with me. Your child, mom, you know what? You played volleyball when you were in high school. We need a coach, mom. We would love for you to be a volunteer coach. Yeah. You know what? I'm tired. I know, but the commitment is twice a week. I would have to be there. Son, yeah, but you know what, son? I'm tired, son. But if I had more energy, I could say yes to my son. And I could be there and spend more quality time with my son. Mom, you know what? Can you look over my homework? I'm working on this project. Can you help me? Let me just chill on the sofa. I just came home from work and Mom, I really need your help on this project. Mom, can you help? Yeah. I'll be there. Never mind, Mom. It's okay. I'll do it on my own. If I had more energy, I could help my child with their homework. I could continue. So when individuals know their why, you see, if I had more energy, I could show up more for myself, for my family, at work, for my team. And so when I believe you that you know your why is cemented, let's take a look at, what are you eating? Give me an idea of what you ate all day yesterday. Give me an idea of what you do all day. And I'm listening for how many times you tell me you get up and move, especially if you're working from a home office. As you're describing what your day looks like, I'm listening for how many times you tell me you get up from that chair. If you're working on site, I'm listening for how many times you tell me you get up and maybe you walk up and down the stairs. I'm listening for how many times you get outside in nature. I'm listening for you telling me about, you see the people I socialize with, they're more positive as opposed to it's always negative. When I finish with them, I feel drained because it's always what they're talking about. It's not uplifting. It's draining. I'm listening for, you know what? I'm not tired. So I exist on, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night. I'm listening for that. So I listen for what's going on in your dimensions of wellness. And I listen for the ones that potentially are draining. Like I knew the ones eventually when I did my research, I realized the dimensions in my own life that were draining my energy. And those are the dimensions I focused on. So when I am working with an individual, I need to understand, what does a typical day like you look like? And then I need to figure out, okay, that's where your energy. You're sitting down in that chair all day. The most you're doing is getting up to maybe go to the bathroom, maybe go to the kitchen, but otherwise you're sitting in that chair all day. Bam, I know it's your physical energy that's draining you. You're telling me, you see all of my friends that I hang out with, negative. Okay, I know already. It's your social network. You tell me what you're eating. It's like, I know it's your nutrients. So once I know what is sucking your precious energy, those are the dimensions that I create my energy edge program around, because those are the dimensions that we need to start teaching you how to refuel with the fuel that your body needs, not what you want.
You hear that, people? You're going to have to introspect. Be really honest with yourself. You see, me, based on what she's saying, I was introspecting myself. See, my issue is I tend to sit down, do too much work virtually. Big problem, right? Just that alone. Very, very big problem. The type, I'm very productive, yeah, but not physically. Not physically. That's why getting up, even just a walk for a few seconds feels like hell. Because you're just trained by, I don't need to move, and the body's going to act accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I love to go to the park. I haven't put enough time for that. I used to do that. Oh, I was getting energy. Even after a hectic day.
Mm-hmm.
Just just like she said. Oh, I just came from work. And do this right now. I'll give you 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. No, you should do that even when you have a hard day. Because, that will actually reset you even after having a hard day. You cannot live in a hard day. You gotta treat it as moments. Because or else you come with that negative energy, take it out on your loved ones. They're the ones that are gonna deal with that wrath. Every once in a while, the boss, I think the boss kind of deserves it sometimes, but that's a whole other story for another day. And some of the co-workers. And I know, because I had to learn this almost the hard way. When I lost it on my job. I was truthful, I was right, but I went about it very aggressive. I really didn't care about what feelings were hurt. I said, I'm done. I don't even care. You fired me. I even taunted them. Shockingly, they did. I was expecting to be fired. They did, because they saw me as a viable worker. I already did that. I'm not going to get into that. That's not important. The point is, you have to find a way to recalibrate, reset, take a step back, because we absorb so much stressors. It's so hard for us to let go. And I had to learn that. I went to South Street Seaport. I'm in New York City. I went there, saw the water. And as I had that water image in my mind, I walked away, it was cleaning the stress. It was washing away. So my point is, when you do self-care, you can actually help others. Self-care is far from selfish. If anything, it is selfish to be careless.
Mm-hmm.
Let me repeat that. It is selfish to be careless. So do a little self-diagnosis. And check your soul. People around you, they do impact you. You say, oh, no, I can handle it. Even a bunch of negative people, I'm positive. No, eventually, it's eventually going to get you. Eventually going to get you. Especially when you're tired and vulnerable even for a second. You're absorbing it, okay? You're absorbing it. So, that's all I'm going to add to that. I could go on for a while, but you get the point. So, introspect, know your why, know your priorities. Why one more energy says, if I wish. They say the same thing. I wish I had more energy. How the heck she got that energy? Asking, reframe the question. How can I get this energy? why I need this energy. Why do I want it? So, yeah.
Can I add something?
Oh, sure, sure.
Oh, thank you so much. I like to make it as simple as possible for people to understand the depths of what our bodies can do for us. So I equate it to the Disney movie Aladdin. Now, I'm going to assume that you and most people in your audience have seen that Disney cartoon. And the premise is a lamp comes into Aladdin's attention. Without even realizing it, he happens to rub it, and a genie pops out, and the genie grants him 3 wishes. Our bodies, we all have our own genies. People have never thought about it this way, and I know I never did when I was going through what I was going through. But you come to learn, as you come to really start learning who your body is, who you are, your physical body, your mental capacity, your emotional capacity, and your spirit. When you look at all of them separately, if you were to look at all of them separately and say, okay, body, what can I do for you? Okay, mind, you know what? You seem to be unsettled. There's a lot of chatter going on. Okay, you know what? You probably want to silence right now because you're probably not happy because you're just busy right now. And I know you're not happy, mind. When you're feeling away, when you're feeling negative emotions, you know you're saying to your emotional side, emotions, I know you're not feeling right now, sweetheart. I know you're not feeling right. What can I do to make you feel better? We need to start looking at our physical body, our emotional body, our mental and our spiritual body as our friends and say, you know what? What can I do to make you feel better? So going back to the genie, we have our own genie inside. Once we realize that, only once you realize that, you will realize your genie wants the best for you. There is no way you can ever convince me that your body wants the worst for you. Your body and your mind and your spirit only want the best for you. You choose based on your lifestyle choices what goes counterintuitive. But you see, if your body was able to, if your physical body didn't need you to tell it yes or no, your body would be up every day exercising. If it had a mind of its own. If your emotions were able to kind of operate on their own, they would never allow themselves to stay in low negative energy. So we need to start tapping into our internal genie and say, okay, genie, you know what? You can grant me endless energy. Our genies can grant us endless energy. And all our genies say is, you know what? Just do a couple of things for me. Just make sure I get some deep restorative sleep. Just make sure you give me more root-based foods. That's all. Just get up and move a little bit more. I'm not asking you to run a marathon, but I'm just saying, you know what? Can you move a little bit more? I'm just saying, you know what? I notice you're keeping those negative thoughts. They were with you last night and you woke up this morning and it's now this afternoon. Can we find a way to lessen those negative thoughts? You know what? You're still mad at that person that cut you off in traffic. Why are you still feeling tight inside? Can you maybe find a way to release it? You see, that's all our genies ask for. You see, if we do that for our genie, Elias, boundless energy, from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, your genie goes, your wish is my command. Elias, you got this to do today, this to do today, this to do today, this to do today, this to do today. That means you're going to need a whole lot of energy. You know what? Let's start off with some good nutrients. Let's get out in the sun first thing in the morning and walk around a little bit. Let's maybe look at a video that's going to make you laugh. Maybe listen to something that's going to motivate you. Fuel yourself. And you know what, Elias? You see everything you got to do today? Crush it. Crush it. You're going to crush it because you are going to be optimizing anything you do with peak performance because your genie said, your wish is my command, Elias. You told me you needed to do all this. I'm asking you, just give me those couple of things. Let's work together. I like to say, you scratch my back and your body says, I'll scratch your back. You need to do this, Elias. Just do this for me. Just do this for me, buddy. Work with me. It's as simple as that. It's simple, but we make it difficult. And that's what I wanted to say. Your genie is waiting to do all at your command. Anything you want, energy-wise, your genie is there to grant your wishes.
You know, that's the most creative way of saying the self-care. Just like I was alluding to. Self-care. That's the most creative way of putting it. Because if you ignore the body, after a while it's going to rebel. And it's going to shut down. You're going to wonder why it shut down. Because you just keep pushing it, ignoring its pleas.
Mm-hmm.
Through the mind, muscles, spirit, go haywire. We're so used to doing that because we got to do, I got to please the boss, I got to please the family. Just go. We all just on autopilot mode all the time. How can you recharge? How can you let go?
Yes.
So, now that's wonderful. And, feel free to speak. This is about you. They hear my voice a lot, my listeners. They will hear mine again, sure. Go right ahead.
It'll only happen once we decide if we need energy to get through our day, if we need more energy to get through our day. I just want people to know that our bodies do have that capacity. If you don't need more energy, then that's fine. But if you ever feel that, you know what, I wish I had more energy, because you see my garage, for 3 years, I have not been able to put my car inside that garage because it is just packed with stuff. But I'm just tired. You know how much just even thinking about where to even start to clean out that garage, that's causing me tiredness, mental, what do they call that? Brain fog. And then physically having to deal with it. But when you're ready to say, you know what? Hey, my car belongs inside the garage. But yeah, I've been lazy. I'm ready now to do it. When you're ready to move forward, and if that movement requires more energy than your body has been generating, I want people to know our bodies are able to rebuild our energy capacity from a cellular level. I had no idea. Before I did my research, I didn't even think about where our body's energy came from. I didn't even give it any thought. I don't know. Some people have energy and some people don't. If you ask 10 people, where does your body's energy come from? I guarantee you, 8 out of 10 people, I don't know, because we don't think about it. But I now know from my research, as I was building my own energy capacity, okay, so our energy comes from our mitochondria. I'm not going to get too scientific now, but it comes from something called our mitochondria, which is our cell's power generator. If we are not taking care and fueling our mitochondria with the fuel that it needs, how is it going to generate the energy we need? So my message is only for people who feel, you know what, I need more energy. If you don't need more energy, then my message isn't for you. But if you need more energy for anything that you want to do, don't give up hope. I don't care how long you've been living with chronic fatigue. You can slowly, very slowly, with the right lifestyle interventions and changes, slowly build the capacity. Our bodies are such amazing biological miracles. Our bodies have the capacity for self-healing if we are working together with our bodies. If we're working against our bodies, putting stuff in it that it doesn't belong. I mean, we already have to deal with what's happening in the environment. We already have to deal with all the stuff that's in the products that we are consuming, that we are cleaning our bodies with, that we're putting our foods in. We really don't have much control over that, but we do have control over the lifestyle choices we make individually. You know what? I could go on, and I just realized, you know what? You're right. This is a whole topic. I'm just really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about, you know, when I see people just slugging through life, sometimes I just think to myself, you know what? When you were younger, did you really aspire to be living like this 20 years down the road? Do you want a better quality of life? Do you ever envision, you know what, if my quality of life was a little bit, what would I be doing? What would I be doing differently? I want to inspire people who have a vision. Because when you have a vision, it's like, you know what? I still want to do this, but I got to get rid of this fatigue. And once I do, I can get back on track with my vision. But right now, I'm just tired. I'm just tired all the time. I can't even think about what I want to do tomorrow. Anyways, I'm going on and on. I'm going on and on. I'm going on and on.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know, the passion is fine. If you want to hang out with lazy, yeah, hang out with the old me. You know, I'll just sit there and not give a rat's behind about life and all that other stuff. But, you know, if you don't want it, that's up to you.
Yeah.
It's really up to you at the end of the day, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to have much to add because I think I already said everything that I think it needed to be said. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the passion is fine, and, you know, that just shows vitality right there. If you would have spoke like Ben said, like, you know, this is how you get energy, you must feed your mitochondria. Ooh. You don't want to hear that. You're going to feel tired. He's spreading that lack of energy, even through the screen. And me, I was just mocking this used to be me, so I'm making fun of old me. Just ouch.
Yeah.
Dragging.
Me too. That's how I was too. That's how I was as well. Yeah.
You know, and, you know, I didn't. At first, I was able to put a facade, but even that drains your energy.
Yep.
Then it just
Yep.
all out.
Yep.
Why are you so tired? You're so young. Why don't you just leave me alone? Also, I care about it. Oh yeah, I just act, but
yeah.
Listen, if you want to do better in your life, if you really want more energy,
mm-hmm.
you know, go follow Adrianne. Mm-hmm. Go to her program. All right, let's do that. Shameless plug-in. I believe she touched a lot. I know she could go on for another 5 hours without trying. That'll be very ironic and honestly hypocritical. We try to talk about high energy and yet the host is all knocked out. No. And besides, and we've been sitting here for too long too, another level of hypocrisy. All right? You gotta make the conversations meaningful, not drag on like a long, boring TV series, a soap opera, or whatever. I find a lot of them boring. I'm a typical guy on that. So don't drag it on, just all that talk, just to waste time. You don't get time back. You can get your money back, but not time. Let's just take it. That's it. And that's why I get upset when my time is wasted. And I'm still working on that. I think that's the native New Yorker in me. I get frustrated. I even flipped out on a couple of customer service reps for wasting my time. I said, if you don't know what you're doing, just say so. I can just hang up and find an alternative. But so that's another thing. You know, being angry, hot-headed all the time, that drains your energy as well. That's the emotional aspect of it. I'm not going to go much deeper. I'm not going to take her thunder. So Whenever you're ready, if you want to add more before I do a shameless plug-in.
I just want to, before I say, so long and everybody enjoy the rest of your day, think about with the life you have left, because you can't do anything about the life that's past, but with the life that you have left, and because we have no idea how long it's for, the more and more that I hear on the news every day, there was an accident on the road, so-and-so didn't make it. This happened, and so didn't make it. The war that's going on, we already all know where the wars are going on. Life is so fleeting. Life is so, you never know. Those individuals who unfortunately faced an accident, they did not think about that when they woke up that morning. They woke up that morning like any other day. No problem. I'm going to head out. I got to do this. I got to do this when we get home tonight. Little did they know that today was going to be their last day. So what I'm saying is, because we never know, with the life you have left, why continue living it to the min? You can rebuild your energy. You can rebuild. Your body can rebuild. Your body has the capacity. Your genie can grant your wish of endless energy. Because my genie every day, she grants me energy every single day. Every single day. I will no longer take advantage of her like I did when I was in my early 50s. I will never, ever disrespect her like that again, because she had no choice. I only give her what she wants, and she gives and I get beautiful compliments like I do from Elias. I get beautiful compliments from people all the time. I bound out of bed every day. Okay, all right, because I am purposeful. I have a growth mindset. And I know that I am here to change the world when it comes to letting you know that you can rebuild your energy. You too can have boundless energy and bound out of bed and say, world, I'm coming. I'm coming. You can do it. You can do it. And I would love to be the one to walk on your journey with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, with that beautiful transition, let's plug that in. Where can you go? What is your next steps, listeners and viewers?
Okay, if you want to just start a conversation, just kind of talk about, you know what, Adrianne, this is my vision, and, I've been thinking about it for a while, and, if I had more energy, email me. My website is being rebuilt right now, so there's no point in giving you that address. So email me at Simmons, SIMMONS 2020 @gmail.com. Simmons 2020 @gmail.com.
Yeah. And the social medias. Let's not forget that as well.
Oh, absolutely. They can reach me on Facebook. I have my own private Facebook group, and every single week I am sharing energy boosting tips, because you can boost your energy quickly, because sometimes you just need that quick boost. And I'm okay to provide you with those quick tips, but I also would rather teach you how to build sustainable. You don't always want to be just kind of a Band-Aid. I want to teach you how to build sustainable energy within your beautiful temple. So again, I share tips like that on Facebook, and you can find me on LinkedIn as well too. Adrianne Simmons. So it's Adrianne, my name, Adrianne, ADRI. It's right there, Adrianne Simmons. Just type in my name, and there I am. The Energy Edge, unlock your body's energy potential with both of my socials.
Yep, the link will be in the description. So you just click it, It'll send you there. Because I believe, try to get my followers into better stuff. Before, this used to be a random. But random was kind of aimless. It's like shooting at the dark, just hoping to hit something. Now it's clear. There is a clearer vision. It's to help humanity because, just like she said, it's war. And I'm going to add even political turmoil. America. Here's some crazy stuff in Canada. Around the world, really. Around the world. It's crazy. You check into the Asian continent, the African continent, the European continent, the Americas. Craziness. It's easy to find. It's hard to find good stuff because, look, news is draining. She alluded to it. And they hear about death, affairs, anything that plagues you. News always finds more. Robbery.
Famine, drought, forest fires. It's just there's so much going on every single day that bombards our mind with, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh no. And then, your energy it's lowered and, and that's why we have to find and have tools prepared in advance so that if you are feeling that drain and you have to go into a meeting at work at 2:00, but you know what? You've been on your phone and it's negativity, have something prepared. So maybe it's a clip of your favorite songs. Sometimes when you hear your favorite song, you just get up and dance. You can't help but get up and dance. Have that prepared. For some people, it's their favorite motivational quotes. And every time you read it, it's like, yeah. And you feel your energy lifting you up again. I tell people, have tools, easy tools prepared so that if you are feeling a drain, you already have something, you pull it out. And it's like your phone. You plug it into the wall, you plug it into the outlet, and you see the energy rising. You see the battery display rise. Do the same thing for your body as well, too. For me, I call them, have energy boosters ready, because like you said, everywhere you look around, negativity, sorrow, sadness, homelessness, people shouting, on road rage. I got to be honest, though. And you know what, brother? We could go on.
But this is valuable stuff here. This is not just, oh, hi, here's the news. No, this is some actionable stuff. Get you thinking. Get you at least reevaluate your life. Okay, more than one way. I mean, I think something I'm going to add just a little bit. I think music is great, but me, what I do if I know I'm going to be working for a while, and this ironically helps me. If I'm stressed out, you put like a calming thing on TV, just like, it could be mountains or aquarium or something. Just set the ambiance, set the mood. It actually does work. I've done it myself. Absolutely. Or if you're a Christian, whatever religion you follow, you put on something. Or if you want something practical, like Adrianne Simmons has said, excuse me, going too fast now. Put on your favorite playlist, create one. Play it. Do a loop. And if you get, just keep adding more and more and more. Evaluate how you react, because that gives you an indicator. You're happy, you're sad, or you're angry, or you're just, I think those are the main three. Then, you do that. But if something makes you angry, that's not good. Not good. But if it gets you happy, energized, you play that, because that's just going to help you. And my advice for you people who love news, if I was you, just get the weather report and get out. Because all the traffic report, just get the report. Because if you just stay gluing there, that's going to start bombarding you. Story A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes. Before you know, after 20 minutes, you're already bombarded. Yes. They already set the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wake up in the morning, afternoon, whatever. it sets the tone. That's why it's important to try to get it right, rebuild those habits. I know we're so familiar, we're afraid of change, but guess what? I think you should be even more afraid if you keep repeating these bad habits. Because the consequences are dire. They're going to come sooner or later. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say. Let me be quiet, see if you want to add anything. It's a daring question. You want to add anything else?
Nope. I just want to say, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for, inviting me into your homes, your kitchen, your living rooms. And I hope that anything that I had to share with you resonated with some of you, and at least has you pausing to say, you know what? I never thought about it that way. Let me give it a minute. Let me think about it that way and see how it makes me feel inside. And if it causes just an inch of a movement towards, hey, you know what? It might be fun to have a little bit more energy because I could maybe have a conversation with Adrianne. Because once you start with that first imagination, hey, you know what? That might be interesting. And then if I could do that, if I had a little bit more energy, I could do that. And if I had more energy, and then you start kind of adding on all the things that you put on the back burner because I'm too tired now. I'm too tired now. So allow your imagination to just go wild around. If I had more energy, wow, look what I could do. And then you decide, is it worth simple lifestyle choices to start experiencing some of those things that you're envisioning? I'll leave it like that. Have a great afternoon.
Well, the final thing. I'll tell you, adding so much. And this is just scratching the surface. The power of imagination is very important. It's not just a child thing, just daydream and go, tune out the world. Oh, you could actually bring reality into it. Just if you tend to do so. See, what if this could be a good thing? Instead of, what if it messes up? We are quick to go into that. We come with 1,000 reasons why it's not going to work. It's stupid. It's silly. Oh, Adrian's crazy. Eli needs to take a reality pill, drink the coffee, smell the drink the coffee, smell the coffee. Eli, you're crazy. You're not living in reality.
Okay.
No, we are. We just want to live the better parts of reality, the positive parts of reality. A lot of people think reality as negative, limiting, and I'm going to steal Age's word, minimum. No, but there's the other side to reality. Reality is much broader than that. And sad, we've both been conditioned to think that way before. She was conditioned. I was conditioned. I'll be lying to you and say, oh, no. We was born with energy. We just sprang right out of the mother's womb, hurting the mom, and just say, well, I'm happy to be here. No. I mean, some babies are not happy, but not jumping out like that. I mean, I think that'd be hard for her. I feel sorry for the mother right there. But that's getting a little too graphic. But change is possible. Okay. Just do the work. And the magic, the genie, will come. That's all I'm going to say. So let me really wrap this up because we could go on for hours. This could be a verbal podcast Olympics, but I got to cut this off. So from wherever or even whenever you listen to this podcast, you have a blessed day, afternoon, or night.